finally tackling the playroom today. I'm so excited to get this room complete. I have so many cozy, fun, colorful ideas for this space. Still on the hunt and collecting and thrifting all the little knickknacks and all those little finishing pieces. But until then, I have a couple of projects that I want to work on that will make this playroom more functional until I get all of those finishing touches. Because this is the state of the playroom right now. Pure chaos. I did have toys in this cubby and I just moved them all over here for now. Project number one today will be this bookcase. I picked out the most gorgeous shade of green to paint it. Gonna paint the shelves, and ideally I want to add cabinet doors. So we'll have shelving on the top, cabinets on the bottom. Things I just maybe don't want the kids to get to, or aesthetically, or they're just like in like a crazy bend, like all the arts and crafts and stuff like that. I went to Home Depot yesterday, bought some plywood, had them cut them to the measurements that I want because I don't have all of those tools. Let's get to it. We got to bring these downstairs, start sanding, start painting, and trying to accomplish as much as I can today. Welcome to the video. Let's go. To start out, I'm just going to sand these down with a very fine sandpaper, 220 grit, just to give the paint something to adhere to and to get rid of the glossy finish. I'm not going to be too particular about it, but just to kind of buff it up a little. Then just giving them a good wipe, getting rid of any of the extra dust. Oh, I just remembered I need to do the shelf.
You're gonna get hot out there, girl.
Why don't you come lay in the shade? It's so bright out here. Brought the manpower in to set up a tent because it's like 10 a.m. and 90 degrees out here because we live in Florida. Welcome to Florida. So far I've only seen the paint color in the can, but it looks so good. I kind of went with a Sherwin-Williams dupe. I'll put the name of it on the screen, but I prefer bare paint. So I just had them color match at Home Depot. This is the color. Kind of like a grayish green, a very peaceful green. Look at that. Pretty, pretty. Very peaceful green. This looks so pretty. At this point, I am wishing I had purchased the paint sprayer that I saw at Home Depot yesterday because this is taking a lot longer than I had hoped. But we have the first coat done. Escorted Margot inside because it's just way too hot for her out here. Done, looking good. It's still drying right there, but I took my paintbrush and went into all the edges and filled those in where the roller was missing. They're looking pretty good. Hello. I'm going to finish up project one. So project one was turning my bookcase into more of a storage bookcase element. We had these bookcases in Sam's office at our rental house, and so we've transitioned them into like a storage bookcase. Very simple. Basically, I just took my measurements, went to Home Depot, had them cut according to my measurements to create these doors, added some hinges, added some holes for the hardware, and boom. Now it's a storage unit. So yesterday I started to paint those. Today I'm just gonna finish that up. I have the shelves and I need to paint the door, and then we'll start on project 2, which is another painting project. So let's get going. It has rained pretty much every single day the last week. So hopefully we can get all of our painting done before the rains come. Oh, this garage, it's the next room on my to-do list. It is, there's so much chaos out here. I'll show you a better look at the shelves in this light. I think they look so good already. I mean, even the doors by themselves look great. And then I just added in the hardware on both sides, and then the poles. I do kind of love it with the exposed door, but I'm going for a very monochromatic look in that room. So we're gonna paint the whole thing. So a couple more shelves to go. Sanded them down yesterday. So a bunch of painting to do today. Let's go. But I actually love painting. It's so therapeutic. I do not recommend painting on a full-blown sunny day, 87 degrees, 70% humidity. The storage bookcase is finally painted. I'm just letting all of the shelves and doors dry. While those are drying, I'm gonna get started on the white storage case. Not gonna do anything too crazy this one either, a fresh coat of paint, but I am gonna add the cutest little scalloped trim detail. So let's get going. I have about a solid hour before the kids get back. Let's move it along. If I was smart, I would invest in one of those sprayer paint things, but we're just gonna keep hand rolling. Oh my gosh, I'm so sweaty. Disgusting. I'm starting to hear thunder in the distance. So before I get completely rained out and like ruin everything that I've done, We're gonna head inside for the day, but we're not done yet. We still have turned this $8 thrift find into something a little less frozen. It has been maybe almost a year since I started tackling the playroom. This is the final project. I've just been procrastinating, but I found it at Goodwill, $7.99. I'm gonna clean it up and transform it from this gorgeous little frozen bookshelf into something that will fit in the playroom. All right, so I'm sure as you've already guessed, I am going to paint the actual bookshelf and the poles. I took the fabric off because I'm just using it as a template. I thrifted an old bed sheet. It's like the perfect little pinstriped gray and white, and I'm gonna use those as a guide for my bed sheet to create new holders, whatever those are called, cloth holders. So yeah, I'm gonna spray paint the bookshelf. So I've seen this technique where the gel stain, you actually make it look like wood grain so that it's wooden. I'm gonna try it. We'll see. Worst case, we just spray paint the whole thing. So here we go. Let's get to painting. And while that's drying, we'll start the sewing project. Okay, so normally I would just spray paint this, but I have a bunch of this paint left over from when I did the lime wash in our bathroom. So I'm just gonna repurpose the rest of this paint, hand paint it on there. I'm sure I will regret that decision halfway through, but there we go. So paint this on. It's a flat paint. I think that's gonna help the wooden stain effect that I'm gonna try to do later. This is what I did with the bed sheet originally. Just kind of redid this lamp. I love the way it turned out. Now we will use it for our bookcase. Love when I can repurpose materials and like use them over and over. So a little trick when you're trying to crease your lines so you can get a better hem is you can actually iron the crease. It just helps it stay in place while you pin it. I'm gonna use my straightener because I don't have an ironing board and this just feels easier. So a straightener is a great tool. You can use it to curl your hair. You can use it to press your clothes. You can even use it to straighten your hair. If I iron it, I don't usually pin it, but if you're new to sewing, you might be more comfortable pinning it as well. Then take it to the sewing machine. Good girl. Ready? Go.
That's a good girl. He's so pretty.
So while the paint was drying, I started working on my little sewing project. It's been about an hour, and now I'm going to be attempting the faux wood grain effect. This is the gel stain that I've been using. I really love a dark wood. This is in the shade Kona. I'm going to be using a paintbrush and hopefully just adding like the grain effect. Wish me luck. Okay, I'm going to test a spot in the back first just to see how it's going to look. I'm pretty hopeful. I need to stop picking up my paintbrush. I'm going to go through with it. I'm going to keep going. And because I love a good test, I'm going to try it with the cloth as well and just either ruin it or make it better or know what not to do. Be careful when you paint to not pick up your brush too many times. You want to hold it from one side to the next. That's where I kind of messed up. This technique is a little tricky and it definitely takes some patience. A few things that I learned: work in one direction at a time and only pick up from the top or bottom, whether you're using the brush or the rag method. I found the brush method gives a more realistic wood grain look. Margot, this looks so good. Also avoid making big circles like I did. I was trying to create like a circular grain, but it just didn't turn out well. Make sure to step back often instead of only looking at it up close. All that being said, don't be afraid to try it. It may look harsh in direct sunlight, but once it's in a room, it reads much more like a natural wood grain. Thank you for watching. This is just the beginning, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the full Playroom Makeover coming soon.
Bye.